This is the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. Should you purchase a watch before joining a lengthy waiting list? This is a common worry expressed by many watch aficionados and buyers asking how to join the list and how to avoid the hustle to obtain the watch of their desires. It may seem simple to purchase a watch from one of the world's top luxury brands, but it's the opposite. While researching a Rolex, Patek Philippe, or pretty much any other brand, you'll come across the extremely long waiting lists that go along with many of these renowned timepieces. To get included on those lists requires a lot of effort and money. So why do watch lists exist? Watch manufacturers have always been exceedingly secretive about everything, from product creation to sales, as they are a peculiar and exclusive industry. Here are all the information we are aware of on the waitlist to assist you in figuring it out. In this video brought to you by The Luxury World, we'll give you our little tips and tricks on how to beat the authorized dealer waitlist based on insider info. For sure, you don't want to miss this kind of useful information. So if you still have not subscribed to our channel, make sure to do it now so you can stay updated on our future videos. Let us start with the fact that authorized dealers are selling in-demand watches, and they market another watch to customers to provide the likelihood of receiving the list of items that they wanted. As a result, the intention behind their sale is to acquire a superior model, which is much more valuable than what they spent for it. To give you guys some perspective, the Nautilus is comparable to Patek Philippe's Holy Grail, since they appear in many iterations of the color, whilst Calatrava is a less popular model than one that is bought and sold first by the authorized dealer. They will give you a promise of getting you a Nautilus watch, which is your dream watch that comes in a steel version, which is solid gold or white gold. But for you to get them, they will sell it to you 3 or 4 times and even 6 times higher than the actual list price of the watch. Therefore, they will offer a cheaper watch like the Calatrava, which is a lesser watch they will sell and will give you a promise that in the future, you will still be able to sell it to other people and that it can still be sold for a good price. But we all know that you are going to take a loss on buying it, and that they will get enough to offer the Calatrava. If you search online, nobody looks to buy this watch. Although there are quite a few who are interested, no one has bought them in actuality. So it's better to be careful that this watch is only used to get the buyers to get on the waiting list and to those who are willing to take their money back or take a loss. When comparing Patek to Rolex, there is the fact that you can go on a small waiting list or go to long waiting lists that can go beyond. In case of Rolex, 90% of the time, they will give you a watch that tells you at the very least you can get your money back. They will assure you that it will be a very slight loss or generate a healthy profit a lot of the time, even if you don't want to. And most of the time, they will offer you entry-level models of the brand. Sadly, they do have a similar impact, and you will instead get them pricier than the suggested retail price. Thus, you must be recognizing that Rolex will attempt to sell you items like diamonds, other pieces of jewelry, or perhaps a watch from a different manufacturer they possess internally from the authorized dealer. They may attempt to sell you a Tudor or other brands of what they now have in stock. At the end of the day, you need to keep in mind that whatever you purchase there, you will expect that there is no assurance against losing money. Perhaps the Rolex AD might say we're going to get you in 4 to 6 months this watch constantly, and they are never present. So just remember that you're gambling. The possibility that you might acquire it is still unsure, since there's a good likelihood that someone else has had a fantastic working connection with the dealer for a long time, and they'll have it before you do, so you have no chance. And in that case, it's a waiting list game. There are a lot of people like you who do get them and some people that don't. And that's the chance you take if you're willing to risk that. Some people do it and they're doing well, but some people don't as well, so you've got to be careful. Your best shot is that you know what the mainstream model is. Being knowledgeable about Rolex will help you get on the Rolex waiting list faster. You don't need to be an absolute expert, but having some familiarity with the brand, its background, the key models, and some technical know-how will not only give you plenty to discuss with your dealer, it will also demonstrate that you take the reputation of Rolex and its core principles seriously. This will give you a better chance of being picked to receive one of the upcoming Rolex sports models sooner. Authorized dealers have complete choice over how many watches they allocate to consumers. Thus, it's in their best interests to maintain lists of those who are interested in specific models, so orders can be quickly completed when those watches are supplied as part of a package. Upselling is also a common strategy used by store sales teams to get rid of the less attractive watches in a package. For instance, if you're on a waiting list for a GMT Master, you can be given a less well-liked reference. You might as well take the offer since you will have to wait years like the Rolex Pepsi you desire, and shows that you're a loyal consumer who values the company more than just its well-known products. Work out the AD to your advantage and do not take any offers that might say that it's expensive and have a good potential to be traded, or that it's a special piece that in reality has nowhere near the value of what it's actually of the second-hand market retail price. Mindfulness is the key, and being aware of the entry-level stuff. You can make them get your spending up and you will make your way off the list. Be consistent in your decision regarding the Rolex sports model you choose. Choose the item you truly desire and stick with it until you purchase it. So make sure you do your research on the Rolex you desire. There are lots of blogs and YouTube videos like this to assist you in making the best choice. Therefore, be sure to choose and stick with the one that is best for you. You also have to become aware of the holy trinity in the luxury watch brands. If you are the type of client who is well knowledgeable enough about buying them, they will know that you will have a good time with these brands. The authorized dealers may have probably one of each, if not many of each in their collection, and they're slightly different from Rolex. They often do it because they know people who buy on their list have the biggest spend. So it's like varying levels between the buyer and collector. Most people who buy are the ones that are protected, so they sell them to anybody except Rolex, which is a completely different entity, since Rolex is bought and sold daily, so they protect them more. You have the right to inquire about the criteria they use to determine waiting lists, but you should just be savvy about these matters because you can tell whether you're utilizing a method of some kind to obtain your goal. You must be a little smarter. Everyone is aware that you cannot always purchase the watch of your dreams. Whether to preserve a Rolex from an AD is almost impossible. Thus, in that sequence, just be wise and prudent to avoid doing it. Take anything you are planning to take, either a large loss or you're unhappy with having, owning, or knowing at the end of the day, you commit. You must keep in mind that you wish to pledge to obtain it. Always bear it in mind and play the game that the AD is playing, so you also need to be prepared. If you wish to participate in the game, hopefully you succeed and acquire the timepiece you have been dreaming of. What are your thoughts on the best ways to work your Rolex AD we shared in this video? We would like to see your answers and opinions in the comment section. If you like this video, we will be glad if you let us know that too. Don't forget to follow us and give us a thumbs up. Once again, this is The Luxury World, and we look forward to seeing you again in our future videos.